done.
I welcome you.
Hear ye, hear ye.
She nods agree.
You! Get to it or get moving. Now that you're all done, why don't you just skedaddle on out of here? Now that you're all done, you've got some bite in you, then I've got what you need. If you've got some bite in you, then I've got what you need.
The man in front of you is clad in a ragtag assortment of garb from different cultures. He looks up from repairing a battered instrument to smile and nod at you, one traveller to another.
Ho there, fellow traveller. Luronta. Looking for some cheer to lighten the mood of this grim, dark city? Yes, Callisti, I did indeed. Such a beautiful place, such beautiful folk. It makes me so sad the children today will ne'er see it. Well now, I do love music, it's true, but my instrument has given up the ghost after long days on the road. Rav, believe me, traveling takes its toll. I'm from a place called Aleroth, and traveled back in years. When I first left home, I'd an idea travel'd make me more well-rounded and, you know, interesting. But instead, I'm kind of uncomfortable everywhere. So now I'm traveling till I find a place that really feels... Of course, I'm glad. What do you say, Rav? And for why do you deserve one, friend? Sorry, friend.
The poet tips...
Now, what poem do you take us?
Realistic prices. Who cares? I've walked this earth, each vale and peak.
For heaven's sake, would you please... Oh, ever so sorry. I thought you were that rotten butler about to warn me once again to take the ocular, not the tactile approach. I swear I've a mind to beat him to death with the nearest dictionary I can find. Because that little snob thinks me unworthy of being in his precious lord's mansion, appraising his precious lord's collection of antiques. Just you try judging the state of a Vedistian armoire if you're not even allowed to rummage through its drawers. Oh, he's all blood and battle, all right. Until you show him a Ferolian snuff box or an ancient imperial fainting couch, then he's as giddy as a cat in a field of catnip. He knows very well I'm the best in the business. Asked me to value his collection personally. I'm merely appraising the many antiques gathered in here in this beautiful mansion.
A roguish little smile suddenly plays upon her lips.
What else would I be doing? How very perceptive of you. I could use sharp eyes like that. Consider yourself invited.
Indeed.
Now listen closely. Rumour has it that Lord Kemm's mansion is built upon a massive vault in which he hides his true valuables. His entire house is but a smokescreen for the real treasure hidden underneath. I've had no luck so far in locating this fabled vault, but if you do, I swear the entire hoard is yours. No questions asked. All I want in return for this information is a trio of curios that is said to be kept inside. The portrait of the divine, the cup of kings, and the scroll of eternity. Everything else is yours. A most satisfactory arrangement.
She shakes her head apologetically.
There are only whispers of a vault and quieter whispers still of what it may contain. But at least you know now that it's there. Probably. Did you find them? The portrait of the divine, the cup of kings, and the scroll of eternity. These are the only treasures I'm after. These are the...
Come, I'll find you.
Not a chance, Egbert. You'll never find me.
Yet another fresh face.
Is Lady Kay still cavorting
My
with her...
word, the mansion's positively overrun with foreign folk on this most inauspicious of Lucian's days.
He catches himself and scrapes his throat in a brief moment of embarrassment.
I do apologize if I came across as impertinent just now, and I hope you'll forgive my unabating boldness when I assume Sir has come here in search of an audience with either Lord or Lady Kemm. Lady Kemm is having tea in the drawing room over in the north wing. I'm quite certain a person as obviously well-travelled as yourself will have no problem drifting in that general direction, should he deem it fit to do so. I'm afraid I can't accommodate you with the opportunity to have a word with my Lord Kemm at this precise moment, sir. My lord left early in the morning in pursuit of business and hasn't yet returned. I'm not privy to the details of my lord's ventures, but I gather his outing pertains to his office as Grand Master of the Paladins and the ousting of certain firebrands from the city. A most noble task, I'm sure. Unless I'm quite mistaken, in which case I once more apologise profusely, you'll most likely find my lord in the immediate vicinity of the Magister headquarters. The Magisters, in case my previous sentence lacked clarity, being the firebrands I alluded to. Oh, I meant, of course, the lizard excellencies that have sought shelter under this esteemed roof in the aftermath of the dreadful attack that was inflicted upon the Imperial Consulate. It saddens me to say there are a number of deaths to mourn, but no doubt we all rejoice in the survival of the nobles. After all, a mere clerk is so easily replaced, wouldn't you say? As you rightly point out, sir, quite unlike a butler. Yes, do please excuse me, for I've a party of dignitaries to attend to. They've an appetite for an aperitif, and the port, needless to say, does not pour itself.
I don't need this distraction. Why don't you go stroll in the garden or something? Come out, wherever you
No time to dilly-dally. Won't be long now before dinner is served.
Yeah, I heard you the first time. Oh dear, I wasn't expecting visitors.
Where to start?
Doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd hide a vault.
You see yourself in the mirror. It's quite a sight. You see yourself in the mirror. You see yourself in the mirror. It's quite a sight. It's quite a sight.
I'll never get dinner prepared at this rate.
Come out, wherever you are.
The elegant owl mistress glances up at you from her papers, a harried look on her face. She nods an abrupt greeting.
Yes? Can't you smell the fine aroma of owl shit? This is the Owlry, Lord Kemm's communications link with the rest of Rivellon. Right now, I'm sending my fluffy friends to mobilise paladins to readiness. War is imminent. But Lord Kemm's a good leader, a good man. He'll protect us. I'm sure of it. I suppose he sent you for the latest news? Rivellon's a big place, darling, and all of it in a shambles. They're preparing, and the house of... I ain't... Same old good luck out there.
Be mindful. His true name must
What's
be
this?
guarded.
I found something.
So, this is where Kemm hides the good stuff.
Intruder! suspect they're connected to the source.
The third passion of Lucian. Now this the first passion of Lucian. Lucian's glorious return. This is what everyone's waiting for.
Intruder! Intruder!
the third passion of Lucian. Now this is art. Lucian's glorious return. This is what everyone's waiting for.
The spirit of a painting hovers where the painting itself once stood. The second passion of Lucian, you presume. It's difficult to see the image as it must appear in the real world. This, perhaps, is the moment where Lucian killed Damien and sacrificed himself for the world.